What's up, guys? Welcome to the Chess Giant. This is Solomon O'Dell, and I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. We're going over a very terrible chess opening, one of the worst first moves white can play with knight a3, the sodium attack. And every once in a while, guys, on this channel, we go over a weirdly named chess opening just for fun. We've covered the Elephant Gambit, Giraffe Attack, Crab Opening, Coca-Cola Gambit, and more. And with all of these other openings, I really have no clue why they're called what they're called. But I actually did figure out why the sodium attack is called what it's called. Now, why is attack in there? I really have no clue. This knight on a3 is basically doing nothing, but I do know why the sodium part is there. Now, if you look at the scientific table of elements, you'll see that the symbol for sodium is Na, and that it's on the third column. Therefore, Na and 3 in chess would be knight a3. So even as bad as knight a3 is, I do think that it was creative to call it the sodium attack. And since we're on the topic, sodium is the sixth most abundant element on Earth and isn't just plentiful here, but is common on stars and literally explodes whenever it comes into contact with water. So needless to say, if you're at a restaurant and anyone asks you if they should put some sodium in your water, please say no. But okay, guys, back to the chess. We're going to be going over this opening and how to redeem this knight a3 move. As bad as knight a3 is, white actually has a pretty decent game. This is far from losing. We're going to go over two moves with d5 and e5. Let's first take a look at the move d5, the most popular option at the Grandmaster level. And it's kind of funny, at the Master and Grandmaster level, white actually has a winning percentage with knight a3. But here after d5, I like the move c3, tucking away the knight on c2 with the idea of playing d4, fighting for the center of the board. As you guys can see, this knight on c2 is supporting that pawn. And if a move like knight bd7, we can snatch that pawn off of e5, play knight f3, and if bishop d6, white is a little bit cramped. And if we're cramped, we want to trade down. So we're going to play knight takes e5, play g3, look to fianchetto the bishop, and really no matter what black plays here, we're going to play castle kingside, bishop e3, looking to play bishop d4, fighting for the center and opposing that bishop on e5, play a move like queen d2 or queen d3. We can even bring the knight to e3, get the rooks involved, and we're just playing chess. I personally like black's position a little more, but this is far from losing, and especially in speed chess can really take your opponent by surprise. So guys, that was obviously pretty simple. Against d5, we're just going to play c3, tuck the knight on c2, play d4, and just continue to develop the pieces and trade when we can. What about the move e5? Well, against e5, I actually really like the move knight c4, attacking the pawn on e5. And the best move for black is actually e4. What do we do against e4? Well, we're now going to play d3, putting some pressure on that pawn. And if a move like d5, play knight d2, and after knight f6, we're not going to take on e4 because here black is ahead in development, but instead play e3, and after a move like bishop d6, play c4. Here white already creating counterplay in the center of the board with the d and c pawns. And following a move like bishop g4, white is completely okay here. We don't want to play bishop e2 and give up our light squared bishop, but instead play queen b3, now putting more pressure on d5 and pressure on this b7 pawn. And if knight bd7 is played, we can play d4. And I actually like white's game here. White is putting both pressure again on d5 and b7. And if a move like rook b8 is played, we can take on d5, and following knight b6, attacking that pawn on d5, we're going to continue with knight e2, followed by knight c3. And here, after exchanging knights, we're soon going to play a move maybe like h3, c4 and c5, fianchetto the bishop on b2. I actually really like white's game here. So guys, that covers the move e4. We're going to play d3, bring the knight back to d2, play e3 and c4, and really try to create some counterplay in the center of the board. But what if black just plays a move like knight c6, a natural move defending the pawn on e5? Well, in this case, we're going to continue with e4, and by playing e4 are looking to take control of the dark squares. A very interesting position here, not very common. You see a knight on c4 at move 3 with both pawns on e4 and e5. We are controlling the light squares and attacking that pawn on e5. And after a move like knight f6, we're going to play d3. And I think here black's best option is to break through with d5, but we're okay here. We're going to take on d5, play a move like knight f3, now double attacking the pawn on e5 at move 6 in this game with both of our knights. And after f6, we're going to continue with c3, play a move like queen c2, bishop e2, castle kingside, and if a move like b5 is played, we can play rook d1. And here white definitely has a fighting chance. Black has to be careful to not take this knight here, because we would then take with the d-pawn, and now this knight on d5 is pinned as the pawn attacks it, and it can't move because this rook would take the queen on d8. So guys, again, don't play this in a tournament, but it is a decent opening and a fun opening to play against your friends and to play online. If you'd like to learn the crab opening, another absolutely terrible opening in chess, click the video to the left. If you'd like to explore more chess openings in general, click the playlist to the right. Leave a comment to let me know what other videos you'd like to see covered on this channel. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.